So this is going to be on Mrs. Hill.
A non-partisan foreign policy expert who has served under 3 Republican and Democratic presidents.
Non-partisan. Okay?
I have no interest in advancing the outcome of your inquiry in any particular direction except toward the truth. I will not provide a long narrative statement because I believe that the interest of Congress and the American people is best served by allowing you to ask me your questions. And I'm happy to expand upon my October 14th deposition testimony.
She's not going to make this long, but it's going to be 8 minutes. About the average that everybody else has been doing. She's nonpartisan. She has to tell you these things so that you know. My question is, who cares? If you have facts on something big, a crime, impeachment, something devastating, who gives a crap about all that? Get to the point of the facts. That's the point of this video right now.
In response to your questions today. But before I do so, I'd like to communicate 2 things. First, I'd like to share a little bit about who I am.
Well, we're going to move this ahead a little bit.
Having become a citizen in 2002. I was born in the northeast of England, in the
This is where she starts talking about herself. Do I fucking care? Excuse my language, but no, I don't care. I want to know facts. I don't care what you are, who you are, other than your title, your position, and then going from there. I don't need to know where you grew up. I don't need to know how you migrated over here, how you got your job. None of that matters. The simple fact is somebody said, yes, you're good for the job. You got the job. Great. Let's move on.
Same region that George Washington's ancestors. My paternal grandfather fought through World War I in the Royal Field Artillery, surviving being...
Do I care about your family? Not really. Should I thank them? Should I thank you for their service? No. What's the point? We can go on. I can keep moving this forward. The good part of it, I think, goes like 3 minutes, where she starts, just going on about her family and everything else. That's the point of this video. So we can get rid of dipshit propaganda of stupid. I'm going to say it that way because a lot of these testimonies and statements are, my opinion, what I thought, what I'm thinking. No, we want facts. It's like going into a murder and being like, well, I assumed. Do you have something factual? Do you have evidence? Literally, it has to be something that is seen. Not, hearsay, not second, third, fourth, 10th hand information. This is just getting to be a joke. And then the people coming in. The guy's name started with a K. Crap, can't think of it. Where he wore his military garb and you need to call me Lieutenant blah, blah, blah. I was like, I don't need to call you shit. You're just as human as the rest of us. I don't care what your fucking stature is. Sorry, but that's the way I look at things. Even the President of the United States. I'm not going to call you the President of the United States unless it's on a formal. And by formal, I mean where it's on equal ground. There's no equal ground here. No one's better than anyone else. I guess that's how I look at it. But back to Miss Hill and several of these other people. Or just in general, just across the board. And you see it, Republicans do it too. When it's their witness that they like, they bring up the background. Who cares? The point of the arguments are yada, yada, yada. A good example for Republicans right now. Oh, Horowitz, because, he worked with the Democrats too and did this and that. I don't really care. If he's up for the job, if he is a good person for the job, that's all that matters. I don't need to know your background history, your family, how you were conceived, Did your parents go out to make out Hill and, bam, 9 months later you popped out? Who cares? Did your family, oh, well, my family was in the war. Who cares? Well, I worked my way. Who cares? I want to know the facts. Anymore, everybody, I'm entitled to all this. That's what it feels like. I'm entitled. You should acknowledge my, because of all this information, and I'm just, being very vague. Just putting it across because that's what it comes across to me. It's just vague. I don't give a shit if your statements that are relevant to whatever's going on have ground, have substance, have, something you can grasp onto, visually, physically, whatever the case may be. That's what should matter. For impeachment. And I'll say it right here and now. If you guys can produce something on it that is evidence of Donald Trump doing something bad, then okay. Impeach the dumb son of a bitch. But if you just don't like the way he's doing things, well, considering, again, and I will agree with this, tariffs are bad. Wow, they seem to actually be doing something. Weird. Let's try a new angle on things. Okay. Because the stuff we've been doing in the past really isn't working. Having a new outcome, having somebody new and different in place. Okay. Let's hold foreign aid. Well, how many other people have done that? For one reason or another. Let's, substance. The reality of it. Not, well, my grandfather, my dad, my mom, we all did this, and so, yay me. Who gives a crap? My entire family was all Navy except me. Does that mean I have a say for the Navy? Fuck no. And quite literally, I can say my entire family was Navy. Grandparents, parents, aunts, uncles. What does that have to do with anything? Not a fucking thing. If the argument is relevant to the information I have, that's all that matters. Not past family life, where I grew up. Was I wealthy? Wasn't I wealthy? My color of skin. My ethnicity, I guess, if you will. My educational background. You can be a complete fucking idiot and have evidence of something. Again, it's like, a murder. If you have the evidence for a murder, you bring it up, okay, it's relevant. If you don't, you're probably not going to be a part of that case. And it doesn't care about anything else other than facts. So, that's my issue with this impeachment. A lot of it is just junk. And people keep, grasping at it like, it's God's wisdom. I don't even know at this point. Because I look at it and I want to see where the substance is. Where, was it Sondland? Saying one thing at the start and then saying something else at the end yesterday. He did go with quid pro quo. No, he didn't. It had nothing to do with, it's like, well, I just interpret it. You weed out through all the bullshit. The voters will decide. That's the simple fact. At this point, you don't have anything in place. You didn't with Russia. You don't with this. Whatever other cockamamie bullshit you bring up, put something in place. And then you say, well, Nixon. There's a big contrast. They had stuff on Nixon. That's the difference. Oh, Clinton, he was caught in the act. They had actual evidence on him. Now, some of the things that Trump does, yeah, people don't like. And you can call him out on it and say, hey, but you don't. So I critique the guy. Okay, everybody needs critiqued, but to make things up, I mean, at this point in time, and we've heard time and time again, well, you need to prove your innocence. That's probably the biggest thing that really irritates me, because you see our criminal system going to that now, where, oh, well, we don't have evidence, but we have enough stuff here, and we know you don't have the money to fight us, that we can take it further. We can push you to take a plea, or we can push you to do something. That's not how the system should work. If you don't have evidence, it shouldn't go. You whittle a person down enough, and they're just like, fine, whatever, go with it. And that's sad. You have to prove you're innocent. No, you have to prove I'm guilty. That's how the law works. I'm happy to see we have somebody disrupting these systems, bringing the hypocrisy back. At the same time, I don't care how good you are, how good the economy is. If there is something bad about you, that's really bad, you should not be in office. Please show me it. Because right now, in my opinion, you have not shown it. Sorry. All this word vomit and everything else that you put out there, that's just that. It's just vomit. You can polish a turd so many times. Still a turd. Facts. I don't need shit. I want facts. Something real. Something relevant. That you can see, or you can hold in your hand. Connect the dots. Because there are no dots being really connected right now, other than you have the State Department not liking the way Trump does things. Well, that's not really impeachable. So, we should have done it our way, because we've been doing this for 30 years. Well, for 30 years, you haven't been getting it right, have you? For 30 years, China. For 30 years, our trade. For 30 years, wars. 18 years of one war. For what? I don't even know at this point. Oh, we're going against terrorism. Cool. But terrorism's still around. So I guess that's not going well, huh? Had so many years of doing things, and yet it keeps repeating. So what are we doing wrong? And don't tell me, well, it's in my expertise. Again, 30 years, 18, the argument persists. I know what I did wrong in my past, and I changed it. It was quite simple. Yeah. Whatever. Peace.